What's going on, everybody? My name is Shy1K, and today I have a dating horror story for you. This is a dating horror story. I promise you it's not that scary, but the gameplay on the screen may be, so it is not for the lighthearted. This is a story of how I dated a girl for an hour. How can you date someone for an hour, you ask? I guess you will have to stick around to the end to find out. But first I have to tell you how I met so-called girl. Let's say so-called girl's name is Emily. This story begins at freshman orientation for high school. I don't know if you guys had to do this or know what this is, but basically, it is a week or two program over the summer for freshmen to learn the new school prison layout, meet their teachers and other students. It is my first day at orientation. I was not a very social kid in middle school, so when I got to high school, I thought this was my chance to change that. Sixth period rolls around and we had to sit in a circle and share who we are yet again. This time was different though. It felt like where I sat determined if I was cool or not. I had two choices, sit by myself or sit next to a girl. I know what some of you are shouting in your head, don't do it. I did it. I sat next to this white girl with blonde hair and thought she was really cute. To my surprise, I made her laugh with some side comments as people were going around sharing in a circle. It gets to her turn. She says her name is Emily. Let me remind you, I have never dated at this point or talked to girls intentionally to date them, so in high school, I got this weird feeling being around Emily and didn't know why. The period ends. I don't see Emily for the rest of the day. Next day, I'm really excited for sixth period. I told myself I'm going to talk to Emily and then by the end of the week, I'm going to ask Emily out. It is sixth period and we had like a classroom bathroom break and everyone in the classroom went to the bathroom. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped upside down. I'd like you to take a minute and sit right there. I'll tell you how I became a weirdo. So I go to the guy's bathroom. It is pretty small. It had one stall and two urinals for any woman watching. Guys have two different size urinal. One is lowered closer to the ground and the other is a little bit higher. There is a divider, but that doesn't let you see the other man's junk. But the divider doesn't cover your face or your upper body depending on how tall you are. Now ladies, when guys are going to pee, we have to look straight ahead into the wall. And if we don't, well, this happens. I went to the lower urinal, and then this tall dude goes to the one next to me. I happen to glance at him, he looks down on me. We maintain eye contact. Then he says, "Yo dude, what the beat?" With my eyes, I looked down while still staring at him. In my defense, it was an awkward situation, and I didn't know what to do, so naturally I looked down to get out of the situation as quickly as possible. Remember, there is a divider, so I ain't seen nothing. When we get out of the bathroom, he started saying, "Yo, this dude tried to look at my junk." Meanwhile, as you expect, Emily is right outside the bathroom waiting for her turn. However, she was not laughing. I don't know if she was confused or just didn't care, but if there was a total score being kept, I'm pretty sure I lost all my points. The week progressed, and I stopped talking to Emily, and pretty much I needed to ask her out, or my chances to get with her or even have a relationship with her would be over. Each day I told myself today is the day I will ask her out. I finally gathered up my courage to ask Emily out on the last day of orientation. Since I live in a romantic comedy, you guessed it, she decided not to come to school the last day. When school finally started, Emily and I have no classes together. A year goes by, and I'm a sophomore. Emily's most likely forgot who I was by now. Since I don't know how girls work, that won't stop me. One day after school, it was like 5 p.m., the school had a baseball game. Emily was alone at her locker, and I was at the other side of the hall. I told myself this is my chance, so I psyched myself up to go talk to her. Over and over again I said, "Don't mess this up." As I started to walk over, each step felt heavier in my legs. As I got closer, this strange liquid started to cover my body, and by that time I was in front of Emily. It looked like I just ran a marathon. Let me ask you guys, what is dating? Is it going on an actual date, or is it more like the concept of you are together? I really didn't know, because I never dated, so I thought it was just a title you were given when you were in a relationship with someone. I began to speak in a shaky tone, saying the most awkward hi imaginable. After like 2 sentences, these weird words came out of my mouth. Girlfriend, date, would you? To be honest, I kinda blocked it out of my mind, but to my surprise, she said yes. I ran off pretty quickly because I was shaken by the whole encounter. I told her that I would call her on my way home because I had to catch the bus before it left. I know what you all are thinking. How will this end? Let me tell you. On the way home, I remember feeling so happy. An hour had passed, so I called Emily. We talked for 5 minutes, and she said this. Okay, listen, I like this other boy, and I really don't want him to think anything right now. My heart dropped. I didn't know what to say, so I did the most sensible thing I can think of, hung up the phone. I began to think, what does this mean? Were we dating for an hour? Does this even count? To restore my heart that was shattered, I told myself yes. A week goes by, and I told one of my friends, you know exactly where this leads. He began to tell his friends, and then his friends told Emily. Emily just denied everything that happened, and if you have great friends like mine, they will continue to antagonize you and Emily for the whole year. To be honest, I didn't know what I expected. It was a good learning experience though, and that is the horror story of how me and Emily dated for an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye, and don't die. I'm a rapper. Why would I add that? That's so stupid.
Ain't no love like real love, but it goes so fast. All time.